Aloha volunteers, Pastor Gavin here. Many years ago, I got a phone call from a very close friend. He proceeded to explain to me that his wife had left him. I couldn't believe it. I had no idea what was going on in their marriage. Now I have to admit that the first thoughts going through my mind about his wife were not very positive. They were not very loving, nor was it very godly. I had emotionally inserted myself into their situation as a third party, and in the process, inflicted a wound on my heart. It was a wound that took many years to heal. There's a type of wound that I like to call a third-party offense. It is when nothing actually happened to us. We're an outsider, a third party, looking in on someone else's situation, and we allow ourselves to take offense as if something had actually occurred to us. Very much like the situation that I described earlier with my friend whose wife had left him. She didn't leave me. She did not owe me any apology, but I carried an offense with myself. Now, everything happened inside my own heart. It's like a one-vehicle car crash. It was all my fault. I did it to myself. But when that happens, how do we get reconciliation? Because there is no reconciliation between me and my friend's ex-wife. It's between the two of them. But now as a third party, in giving myself the wound, my only recourse at that point is to go back to the Lord. And sometimes with this type of wound, it's very hard to heal because I felt like my friend deserved my loyalty. I needed to be loyal to him. And in order to do that, I had to carry this offense for him. Now when Joshua was near Jericho, he looked up and saw a man standing in front of him with a drawn sword in his hand. Joshua went up to him and asked, "Are you for us or for our enemies?" "Neither," he replied, "but as the commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come." Joshua 5:13-14. As Joshua had approached this man that was holding the sword, and he asked him, "Are you for us or for our enemies?" And he answered, "Neither." You see, the commander of the Lord's army, although he was there to fight on behalf of his people, he was not against them. He was for everyone, but God's will was going to be accomplished no matter what. In the same way, when we approach conflict, we need to understand what's happening on both sides, and we need to love each party. You know, in the case of my friend, I needed to love his ex-wife just like I loved him. In fact, she was probably the one who was hurting even more. And as a true friend, I would have been there for both of them. In my youth, it was something that I really did not understand. So I hope that you guys can learn from my mistakes that I've done in the past. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen. I hope to see you at weekend services. God bless you.